Right, Vibes in 5, Ghana's only social media celeb talk show. The name Arnold, man, Elavanyo, you can always call me. Bro, you see me? Bro, you see me? Big shouts to the crew, Eddie Dazekins, going out to you, Mr. Brown. Legend, big up yourself. And yes, here we are, back to what we love doing, back with what we do for you all over the world, especially our brothers around Africa. You guys keep this going, man. And we appreciate you. We love you so much. Loads of you contact me personally to express what a wonderful job we're doing and how you appreciate what we're doing. We appreciate you too. So continue to share our videos, like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. If you like what we do, subscribe to it and become a part of us. My guest goes by the name Father of Soul. Yes, Father of Soul. He's going to be talking about curses and how to reverse curses using herbs and then other matters. We as Africans, a lot of us believe in curses. Well, even globally, people believe in curses. But Africans believe in curses more. Now, if you are cursed, how do you reverse it? When do people curse people? And why do people curse people? And what type of curses do we have? Is every curse reversible? Father of Soul is here to help us get answers to these questions. Father of Soul, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Now, Father of Soul will be mixing the local language and the English language. And I'll try as much as possible to explain to you or paraphrase it for you to understand. Forgive me. He's not too fluent with the English, yet he has the knowledge to share. So let's take the knowledge. Again, Akwaba, you're welcome.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice. Let's talk about curses. You know, using herbs to reverse curses. So, first of all, no, is it every curse that one gets cursed will work? Whenever you are cursed, whether you did what the person is accusing you of before cursing you, it will work once it is your name that was mentioned.
Debbie.
It doesn't work like that.
It doesn't work like that.
Okay.
But it may work from say me unuya. Na edame so a. Na edeme edase ana ebusu ekọ ebusu enu a etimi san.
So if I am cursed and it doesn't affect me, it can affect my brother.
It may affect you.
It will,
also.
So it will affect me first before it will affect my brother.
But it be free nipa no kwan nipa no fa so a asem no.
So it is the way the curse was made.
And only problem no.
So if the person curses you, generational curse, it will affect you, your daughters, your wife, your children,
everyone.
But why is it so powerful?
The internet says the Bible can say na nanom ye boni ye na etu asoka.
The Bible said that forebears sinned and we are paying for the sins.
So I just say, but asem no nyansa kakra wo mu.
Okay, so there's a bit of knowledge in there.
Nyansa e wo mu say e was so bisa won say adenti na me na nanom ye boni na me na me etu asoka. E was say bisa ye ho. And as wo hwen so ayetu asoka ampa so.
And you know, the question is, why should our forebears sin for us to be used as atonement or pay for their sins? But if you look at what is happening, truly we are paying for the sins of our forefathers.
The India make say ye na etu asoka no. Adi bia Yankopon de mai bia no ya na ase.
Well,
and a nipa bia so Yankopon nipa kra no say wo ma na de enne e china wo ba wo ma na de wa na wase e china wo ba wan hwa wo ma na hwe.
And these things happen because as human beings, even if God does something for us, we don't thank him. You know, and if God himself gets angry because you don't thank him, your own brother, if he keeps giving you stuff and you don't say thank you, it gets to a point, it's either he'll stop giving you or he'll get angry or he'll see you to be ungrateful. And even God wants to be thanked.
And Yankopon also say, so wo hwehwe me nkohwehwe no baby, me nkohwehwe Yankopon wa asore dem, Yankopon woni asore dem, woni masalati, woni popo bia so. So wo hwehwe Yankopon a hwehwe wonua, so wo wonua wo hu Yankopon. Enti ade bia wo pese wo ye man Yankopon bia no. Yema wonua. So wo yema wonua, Yankopon ni beje. Enti se wo ye papa de ma wonua na, Yankopon be ma papa na aba wo so. And this we are bwane bi tia wonua na Yankopon be ma nome na aba so. Enti eno so ye nome.
Okay, so basically what he's saying is that God says, don't look for me anywhere. In fact, don't look for me in the church. Don't look for me at the mosque. If you're looking for God, look at your brother or look at your sister. If you do good to your sister, you've done good to me. If you do bad to your sister, you've done bad to me. So if you do good to your sister or brother, I'll bless you. If you do bad to your brother or sister, I'll curse you.
The India me kasa na say, who say Bible crack can say muti mu frame me rade no. Me ho da so no, wan fra me ntoma. E kom de me no wan ma me aduane. so what you say dey ntina yankopon ka sa ehfa na ehu yankopon but wonu ho kire no wa mboa no wonu ho da no wa mfra no ntoma yankopon de wode ntoma ye de wode aduane ye de and so dey ntina yankopon ka sa
God doesn't eat, God doesn't use cloth, but God says when I was hungry you didn't give me food, when I needed clothes to cover myself you didn't give me. He was referring to your brother. If your brother is hungry and you don't help, your brother needs help and you don't help, you haven't helped God. Okay, so let's move forward. What are the type of curses we have?
You will be but a dimu akotene pano. The edimu akotene pano. Me fan say bibi my musad and no crown a dorsal. Me minim crown or minim beba kuba
90 types of curses. If for nothing at all, you know 90 types of curses.
90 type of curses.
But there are very key ones, especially in Africa.
Meet me akabakuba me and sape.
Mention those three.
And no, me name say the message I can't be me can say and no be ne can say duabo no.
Duabo. Okay.
Say duabo and you kusua na what they bought from no. There be asama wo kan di echire no. Nti asam no curse.
You know, curses is not the egg that you strike on the ground or the alcohol you pour. It is the words you say. I get it.
Duabo and as a curse and yes o kwa ko gina nsuo ano aka asem edi nsuo ka bibi no enye nsuo no asama wo kan di echire no.
It is not the water. If you go to the riverside to curse, it is not the water. It is what you say behind what you're doing.
Obitimi ko gina nsuo fa me kwae nsuo no mfa no.
Yes.
But so obie na no eka asem a eye curse asem e de to obi so efre nsuo na obo se na nsuo na de so na aye ejuma. So
it is the words, it's the powers that carry, the words carry. That is a curse.
Obi so yamfa say yanko bosom so mo amosom bosom so. So we drew bosom so a bosom na esi ho no and no entimi nya obi bisa. But asama obi a wodi enimu e bosom na enimu no begina ho no ma ka kire bosom no. And no sa asem no e na wotumi asem no na be wura ade ni ma ye de amana ye ejuma. So
if you go to the gods, everything around the gods that works is the words the person leading the gods says. It is the power that follows the words that activates whatever needs to be done. Okay.
And to say, case, case, your own difference me and some
please mention them.
And only duabo. I dear Asante can say duabo.
Duabo one.
And near Tosumi no so. Men can say, I say, Wako fum ubia yankupon, ajin tum abra winnim. Yankupon aji ubia tum. But yeah, it will be honest any. Wasini yankopon ntemu esitie endi se woko ka obi a yankopon emfa na asem won fa yankom ya me asem endi agura na se nipa na nka hwe a
still
woni yankopon anya asem.
Okay.
And also wo.
Okay. So there's the curse, the one that were to be used, and then there's the one that if you touch God's anointed one, even if the person doesn't say anything, you have a problem between yourself and God. And then we have the ones that we buy upon ourselves, or the ones that we call upon ourselves. Where from where we eat, from where we bath, and from how we dress. And baby and never be in person bobodi and baby and timicasa and ye baby or higher cottonasi. Say we are saying young people we are sick right. Say office ni another obi so baby obi so but stammers had the way na yensi you know assassin na da homa hwan kakra e da homa hwan mo ahonhom yankopon bo abode mienu honhom ne nipa ana meboa se na esi nam ho bebrebe no sa na omo so nam ho ebi so esisi omo fie. Right. So as we move about, same way spirits also move about, and some of them even have buildings, mansions. Wo fie no wo si no hefa wo hwehwe mu hu bebi a wo si fie no na hwan na wo ho e de na wo sei ansa na wo tu ho mo no e si fie no enti se wasai obi ade a woni mana enti nipa bia e wa brabo mo e so wo sunsum agya. So every person in life must have spiritual fire or Godfather. Die enti se wo be yin bia na obisa no die bebi sei na me pese me ye wo hu no sen ohodom na etesen. But say no nipa bebre ka se wo be bibia na se dis wo consult obi ade e na nipa e na bom pa yankopon ti da bi enti sa ye wo nipa bi wo no moto omo ho asi wo se me no me kire me yemu kom fair 1 week me ndidi so what you say die enti me pese me connected to my soul so wo so so eno na yankopon kasa kire so honhom ai wo mu wo se nipa bia emienu ade we ati we e bottle me to say e bottle but bibi she bottle no. Yes. Yankopon won deal with bottle no, wo deal with the soul. God deals with the soul. Yeah. So what you say? Yes. Enti
nipa ono no we deal with wotimi ye no sunsum adwuma yie a wotimi num ne kra wotimi ne kra edi nkomo no woni obi a wono woni hunam nkwa na edi nkomo entimi nyepe.
So someone who understands the work of the spirit and actually knows how to connect with the spirit and does a lot of things in the spirit cannot be compared to a carnal man.
The entimi compare wo da na Yankopon kasa kire.
It is when you sleep that God talks to you as a carnal man. Then you dream.
Eno kra no wo da so do kra na wurefi.
Yes, when you wake up you even forget the
so what the wurefi na so wo kai kra na e bisa wo ase kire sen ya.
Even if you remember the dream, you can't explain what the dream means.
Na de na kire se wo hia bibia wo pese sunsum eyama wa wo betimi abompa ya ma sunsum na timi ayama.
So what shows that if you need something from the spirit or from God, you can pray for it to happen.
Ubetimi akọ church.
Yeah.
Ubetimi akọ mosque. Mosque any church ye de to hose kosom nyame.
Yeah.
Nyatam nyamre ne kosom nyame. Ye koda se wo ya sori dem ye kosom nyame. E ye som nyame wo ho. Nyame som no se obekọ se Yankopon wabọ me nipa, wabọ me se nipa, wabọ me se krama se bisabi. Wabọ me se odwan. Wabọ me se nipa. Me nsa wo ho, me nan wo ho, me bibia wo ho, me home free. Me ti asem free, me ye bibia free, me da wase. Na wakọ church, na wakọ akọ bompa, na wada Yankopon ase. Sa na mosque so.
That's how the mosque is. You go there to thank God. You go to the church to thank God. You go to the mosque to thank Allah.
But yenko honom enko ma Yankopon bail.
But we don't go there to go and give God bail.
And nessa me obi kwa sorry na okọ ya Yankopon me da wase wo so abo me say owi ya na Yankopon so ma me be so mo no me pese otua me ka me perse me pefie me pese no the bail to.
We don't do that in church. You don't go and bail God in church.
No, there be.
Right. So what do we do? What do we do? Back to curses and how we reverse them. I have been cursed. Yeah, I'm not saying I've been cursed. I'm using myself as an example. Let's say I've been cursed with death by someone I am not even aware of. Would there even be the need for me to ask, can I just wake up one day and say, I need to find out from someone like you if there are curses upon me that I need to break? So look at your life and look within your family, how life in your family is.
Yankopon tan obia.
Right.
I didn't know obia so man na epeja, wo so ma yese epeja na ajegu. And a man hwe won kwan so hwe wonua no.
Okay.
Ah mo free busua ba ko no. I didn't know obia so man na epeja, ono so okoso ma yese epeja na asan ajegu. I didn't know obia ebusua no mu. Ebi wo hono ma ya ware, ebi wo hono ma ya isikasem, ebi wo hono ma ya yare. Enti wo sa wo hwe se de na ekoso wo ebusua no.
So you need to check within your family.
So what one kasa what na na wo ko ade bia na so wo hia na sa de na emba e wo twia na emba e wo so wo tena de enti na emba
de na som
de na som eno enti na wo so wo sunsum agya na obi sa ma e bibi se de na ekoso e bia nipa no enye wo nko na e bia ade na e wo ebusua mu se nipa no to na ni na wo hwe na se wo ebusua mu na be kire se bia se ni na wo ho so ade ase enti se ni na hia se wo be ya sa ade na be firi wo so ana sa wo pese ye gi ebusua ni na se na wo be ya ebusuani na abeden ebenya afa ahodi so wonya asopa na wutie na wo follow a obo se ebetimi ayeden ebeboa wo so ade ase but obi wo no so wotimi ba wo ka se da bi me de ne hia me de ne biye bibia ye se enti me de me pese me nko a so wo pese wo nko pata okra efiri sa ade no ho a eno so wo kwan ebe kire wo beden wo be ya ma na firo but se wan kasa na wo ko fom nipa no wan kasa wonim se ade a wo ye no wa ye nipa no bone ama wate wo wasum se nipa na aka asembone ato so a eno so wo kwan a eno so ye de ye fa ye de reverse sa.
So you could reverse curses that have been placed on your family or in your family. Look around you, your brothers, your sisters, your uncles, your mom. How is the place? Are they progressing? If they are not progressing, and everybody around you seems not to be progressing, including yourself, you can find out. And if there's a curse, it will be reversed. There are times you would want to reverse just your curse. Even though it is within the family, you want you alone to be exonerated from whatever it is. That can also be done. And then we have the one that you have offended someone, and you know within you that I offended X, and X has said certain unprinted words after my life, or you've been cursed. That one too can be reversed.
Yo bia se ono ankasa nim ne wafom ne nipa na kana so ono ankasa tena se won se nema bi ekutia na na edi kan se nipa no da so te ase a nipa bia wo ya fa no kwan ade bia so wan fa no kwan a wo ye kura obe eno ntina won so bi wo no ma wo se me ha wo yi de media ko ba bi se anye ye media ko ma bre kura no da bi nipa na wo ya ade no wan fa no kwan so me se wo ba me nchen nipa bibire timi ba se me ye bibia se case e woni e na wo nipa no so asa wo hwe na se obi na wafom na bisa no so when who I was so one ka so wotimi ye nhwehwemu so so yesunsum agya so wotimi ye nhwehwemu na wo hu bebia asem na ye de efiri na wa ka kire no so wo ka kire na memfa wotumi Nyankopon ma wotumi betibra wo ase Nyankopon pe wo mu a mo bre wo ho ase so ati ase se wo hwe na so hu se wo as wo na mafom a e wo se me so nipa no nsa na me nipa no be pa wachew
right
se nipa no be pa wachew no wa mpene a me nipa na san aba be 3 times so wa mpene no de me we se mi se me nim se e bi kura wa hwe a ye sane ade na ye sane asan aba wo so because one fa ni dia ma Nyankopon
okay so sometimes you go to spiritual leaders, spiritual healers, spiritual teachers like himself, and they won't tell you the truth. But usually if you meet the right people, they will find the root cause or root source of where the curse is coming from and lead you or ask you to go and beg, apologize to the person. Now, if you apologize and a person doesn't agree, accept the apology for the first time, second time, third time, then even God knows you've done your best. Then whatever he has to do for the curse to be reversed, he will do it. And sometimes he might even reverse the curse back to sender. Because that person who cursed you hasn't honored God.
Nyankopon a wo bo wo ni say nipa no say so wo fom no na so hu na obepa na chewa wa de obo na ye den echew ndi say wo nipa so obi afom na so wasan hu nyansa ba so oba bepa wa chewa say fa che na wan fa nche ne dia ene de wo nso wa ye den wo nso wafom Nyankopon no.
So even God forgives. So you human, if you don't forgive, God will be mad at you.
Obi wo no ma me pese me kan nyuma ma ye. Obi wo no kra wetimi ba, ebi wo kra ye yare. Etimi ko hwe obi na oda ho wetimi ye no ho hwe. Enso so wo hwe nipa na wetimi se ye yare bia na ha no. Obi ano abasa bi na eden e na da no so. So ade ase obi wo no ma me mfa eduro kra ma no. Metimi bisa no se woni ma se mesi wo se a woni se ko so gitum se e no kre na se wan fa nsi a yetimi ma woni nipa na kasa. Na yakọ nipa na nipa na kasa. Se nipa na de che na nsuo kra na se me bu pipe no bule mu nsuo kra na
sorry. Sometimes people come very sick, almost lifeless. He doesn't administer medicine. The only thing he will do is to find out if somebody has cursed you. If he finds out and asks, and you tell the truth that, oh, I did this to Mr. Brown and he said these words, he would lead you, go and plead. Once the pleading is done, even if he prays over water and gives it to you, you'll be healed.
Na den na this ade ni na ba se
what brings all this?
Wani ni usunsum agya na nani ni etesen etimi kwa henfa.
How powerful is your spiritual father?
Nani ni timi duru henfa.
How powerful is your God father?
So wo bana se bibi hia wo yare sesi na wo bana se say yemfa na se sebi yemfa na se fibroid na da wo yem ana se hepatitis B ne how na se wo ba ya na mafa se we ye fibroid ana se wo yare ne duru ne wo yare ne wo dinti me wo se edin ni na mafa eduru di amawa da bi eduru ne ebe den se ebe ye ejuma e wo se wo hwe se ehunam di na sunsumu de se sunsumu de nso ahwan na kutemu tuntum na kutemu ana akokọ na kutemu ansa na wo hu ahan ana se eduru a wo de be den de wo be ye ta eduru ne chidi ama nipa no enye se wo ba ya na wo yare bibi se edin na ba na afa eduru na de ama wo da bi
so to him he doesn't just administer medicine or healing. He will first look at what you're suffering and find out if it is physical or spiritual. If it is spiritual, what spirit is holding it? Is it a red spirit or white spirit or black spirit? If it is red, he knows what herbs to use. If it is white, he knows what herbs to use. If it is black, he knows what herbs to use.
Ena nipa bia no enye no me anase curse nko a ena wo se wo ma wa adwen ko ho bebre.
And you shouldn't only be fixated on curse as a person.
Nipa bia se wo na e bo ba asase so wo se wo die nti na wo die nti a wo bae.
Everybody must find out his purpose on this earth.
Obi wo no ma no me wo no so bet ne ye ne nante ne se ne wo si bo na bra bo no no me no etimi firi no so abra won ko obi a.
There are people who have been cursed, but based on how they lead their lives, the curse vanishes on it.
What
brings curses?
How
is your relation with people? Ask yourself two questions. Before you sleep, late night when everybody is asleep, get up and sit on your bed and ask yourself these questions. Ask yourself, how is your relation with God like? If your relation with God is good. 2. Ask yourself, how is your relation with human like? It is these two things that are fighting against you. Either your relation with God is bad, or your relation with humans is bad. These two things are the main causes of curses. These are the main causes of poverty.
Ade we na di awareja ye ba.
Main causes of divorce.
Eno na di bibia ho kira e wo mo wiase na ade ba.
Every hardship we experience on earth.
Ni Yankopon ade kire wo say fa kwan we so no wa amfa.
What God asked you to do, the path he asked you to walk on, you didn't.
Enti ni ono so wo say wo ye ni no no pe ni wi a ono so be hye mo bo hye na mamo.
When you do what he has asked you to do, he will also give you what
enti se wo kwa sorry e ko masalachi ye bibia kire kom ye bibia na se ne wo pe still a wo bompa e mai wo so obisa won se die ntira.
So if after all the worship from the mosque to the church to the park to the prayer meetings and warriors and what, if after all that your requests are not being granted, ask yourself why.
Ye ka so for mo man kwankere obetimi a kire ba ko 100 e wo Ghana ha. And so still wo ha no nko e.
Enti no bibi sa no. Okay, me who said this is it. I have a problem. How do I locate father of the soul? Where do I locate father of the soul? And which number should I call?
Me
or father of soul.
Father of soul me wo Accra.
Okay.
Accra me wo no me wo fi wo Kaswa.
Okay.
Me san wo Fadama.
Okay.
Baby me nu we na obetimi anya me.
So I am in Accra, Fadama and Kaswa.
Me o baby nso wa Ablekuma ha se a menye wie betimi ko ho no me dia ho nyina
okay, so there's another place in Ablekuma where I operate.
Enti baby me ensa we na obetimi anya me wa.
So these three places, Kaswa, Fadama and Ablekuma. And number
so 0248
0248
33
33
33
33
35
35 0248 33 33 35. These numbers have been written beneath the video boldly. So you can pick it if you need it, you want to use it. It is written there boldly. So find it there.
Enti nipa bia sa wo sori a wo so hu se woni nipa ntemu tisen na menka na sen woni nipa ntemu tisen ehye fa na wo hwan na be fa wo ba Accra ana bibia wo koe no hwan na bo wo ma wo koe die akatua na wo de ma nipa no woni nipa ntemu tisen obi nso a se nsukom dew pa na wu a nye wasa nsuo kap ba kwa oben a wode ama wa noma ama wanya nkwa no se woduru enim na se wo konya ankre ba akokra na still asan koda kap ba akon wura na se.
If there's been someone in your life who offered you water when you were almost dying, when there was no one around to offer you water, if he even offered you half cup of water, if tomorrow you become successful and you have a barrel of water, still go back to that person and thank him for the half cup of water he offered you. Maybe you were in a village suffering. Someone brought you to the city. If someday you make it, look back at the person who brought you to the city and say thank you. So those things, we've taken it normal, but they are all curses. So if you are pulling it and it's not coming, ask yourself what could be holding it. And who do you ask? Yeah.
Wakwa enko nti o so person sumeja na metimi bua wo
sabe ya bitimi asana ne mabi father of soul
yenta yentimi nka asem ba kono so obia na ne kra ne sunsuma etinu mu ntimi ntimi mfa wo wasem nko enka ho asem nko ebia obi hawo no eno entisa won se ye wade bi nso a ese no me ene beyi ti se obi a beyi ha no nipa bebere ho no ma mo nji beyi ndi but beyi ho.
A lot of people don't believe in witchcraft, but there's witchcraft. And
there's
been times that witchcraft has done a lot of things that has been blamed on curses. So curses and witchcraft, they are very similar. If witches are doing you won't know. But if someone curses you, you know because the person might tell you in person. So how do you know if this is out of witchcraft or it is a curse? So you need to seek help from a spiritual father. So bottom line, get in touch with a spiritual father, like father of soul, to help, take you out of all these spiritual bondages that you find yourselves in. We are about to wrap up. So spiritual father, or not spiritual father, father of soul. He's a spiritual father anyways. But father of soul will summarize everything for us before we wrap up.
Who say we are say ya jai bibia e wasa yebo ena yebo baby fufuro.
Right.
Sisi ano bu say sikasema ya den amai. Ahoto yamfa na say yare adokura amanfo. enti se saa nneɛma mienu we nso na yɛ abrabɔ se wo sɔre anopa ade bi a wo bebi a wo kɔ a wonya waduane kakra na wonya osika kakra de hwɛ obusua no ɔhɔ no bɛda hɔ ma wo benya na anytime bia ana se wo sɔre a wo ahoden a wo betimi de ayɛ de akɔ adwuma no saa nneɛma mienu we ne hia ɛna saa nneɛma ni nyina nso yɛnya no bebi a yɛnya no firi ahan mu so ade ase so wo se bible quotation bi wo se ukọ obi wo se wo ma akwankyere se wo ye sofo se wo ye hwan se wo quote se bible no wo quote ana se quran no aya no wo quote so wo quote wi a wo se na wo de oil attach de na de ye oil no so ade ase enti ade bia e wona kade enti se wanya obi a wo nim de e wo saa ne ma na ye de akade a ye de kasa bible quotations no ene quran verses na e be ye din se wo be kenkan quran ni na be 100 times wo do nya hoto ye di a wo pe no wonya Obekenkan Bible quotations ni na awie se wonyi akade a yede back yede e de beka quotations no ho a wobɛbɔ mpae saa anytime bia bia wo no ho na wo enti nipa bia wo se wo obi a wo nimdie eni nimdie e wo abrabɔ mu sunsum abrabɔ mu se bia obetimi aboa wo ade bia wo ye bia no
na akoyi
enti die die nya pa me piade mi nya ma di ho akone abasa ma nante ho saa be mfie bebre ne makoha bebi a wo koe no e bia na nipa no honam mu na wo ye ejuma
wonya ejuma no osunsun
wo ye ejuma no osunsun me sa wo ba me chan na wo ni me di nkoma metimi ma wo mra me de be ma wo no se me ndile wo honam no dabi e pese wo so wodin di sen wodin di asimesi na wo de no wo kra no etisen ehemfa na wo obi wo hono ma wo so wonam saa wo di akwane ba wo pe enso wo kosunsuma wo se ne kra no e prison obetimi a be 5 years e wo prison enti wo so wo be nante akọ baabia enye ejuma afia wo ba betena se be mfi bibiri enti wo se na chance be pie wo baabi na afa so ade ase ye na free prison no
right enti no ye bo ne to fan upon sisia no. Now, this is what Father of Soul is saying. There are people who are walking about looking for something. You've been chasing this thing for years. It hasn't come. Maybe traveling documents, maybe visa, maybe job, maybe marriage or work. You've been chasing it for years. You're not seeing it. For all you know, your spirit has been imprisoned. You walk about thinking you will make it, but your spirit is in prison. You go to people and they are unable to solve the situation for you. It is because maybe this man of the spiritual man you went to is working in the physical and not in the spirit. He works in the spirit, according to Father of Soul. So if you come to him, he will give you time, look into your spirit and know where your soul is. If it is in prison, he will set it free, and whatever you need, you will get it.
Sanity.
Right. So again, you are at Fadama, Kaswa, and then Ablekuma. Yeah. Fadama, Kaswa, and Ablikma. Please, the numbers again. It's very important.
0248 33 35.
0248 33 35.
With me, a friend, say, what's up? So now we nimra, with me, I'm a message.
So you can WhatsApp me, you can call me, you can leave a voice note.
Adia me person make kapa.
Yes, your final.
Me person make country nipa biano. So we hear asia, and we be our hear asia no. We be a upoli no. What am I saying?
Everyone, or this is message to everyone watching. If you fall, if you trip and fall, do not look at where you fell. Look at where you tripped. If you're walking and you trip and fall, do not pay attention to where you fell. Look at where you tripped.
Near Tosumi, no so. Nipa bia se wusi so a emma honam mu akwane aba enye obebere won fifire ne bedoso obi a won se wotum kwan duru pempen so a wo eye wo fa wo hwa wo pese wo duru honom no bisa ne se wo hyase wo henfa wo se panyin bi hyase ye me sorry ye no ye beto ye papa wo yere mfo wo hwe yi nyina ko Arabic school na me ko up to university me nuanom nyina me brothers mu nyina o mu nyina so won twi kada won ye bibiada wo sorry ana pa bia na wo ba wo se wote na ndwan wo ma no so wo twintas ba wo ba wo yi school wo ba wo de nsa hya ase na wo yi sika na wo de ama wo na wo gya wo kwa na yere no mu nyina wo honom na akonwa ni na afiri saa na wo de hwe ye nyina beduru saa mbe ade nti na ye di akwane ba ye tim fifire nso ye nsa nka hwe ye di ntia.
Every young man, when you start making it in life, do not let your carnal self be more than your spiritual self. Do not pay much attention to your physical enjoyment more than your spiritual enjoyment. He grew up with a father who had 4 wives and lots of children. They all attended, Islamic schools from basic to university level. Every time they woke up in the morning, they go to meet daddy sitting on a chair, reading his tasbah, and he would put his hand beneath the chair, take out money for you to go to school. They never saw him hustling. Or they never saw him on the streets working and sweating all over. All his 4 wives, the money came from under the chair. All the children's school fees came from under the chair. So if we ever see him go out, it may be gathering of elderly people and then he goes to join.
So what I say, enti nipa bia no so sorry a ehun say ejumaden den me kwa ha me tu kwan me yes so wo tu kwan kora na wo so hu say di bebi a wo kɔ no ma me ni ho papa ni ho ebusuan ni ho no wo kɔ akɔ fight wo kɔ akɔ hustle enti den na wo so wo ye osunsun mo ejuma se be a bebi a obi duru a na ya sign no wo so wo duru ho no ma wo so wo twem. So what I say, se hwan na gina wo se hwan na gina wo obi eduru a ye be sign no be to duru a wo so wo twem edi enti na me nkɔ bible mu kakra Esther, tama yenhie ma yekɔ ohene nim no. So hu se mpanyimfo bibiri kɔ hɔ. Ahemfo manom obi akɔ hɔ no. But Esther beduru hɔ no. Esther oni atare papa bi ahye sebi. Won hye moku, won ye makeup, won ye no ho hye da nye fa atade a hye no kra ya abawa atade. But oduru hɔ no ohene nanim bɔ no so na o se kai we na mehia. Enso na omo amoho ye fe, omo amfiri ahemfie, omo amo enimo nyam sikafo ma nyina wo ho. Enso Esther na ochuso edi entia. Bibiwa de ewo Esther mu no Nyankopɔn nwosra wo mu.
What is in Esther was bigger than what is without her or what is outside of her. Yeah.
Enti enne omo se betumi atonku papa no boy den na asra se bia ye kala be fe e betumi ato atade a no boy den na ahye se bia ye ho be fe bet ne e wo mu no ankasa na e betumi attract ade papa mana ba wabra bomu no wedwale na na wasra no nku ana.
Have you taken time to pay attention to your spiritual self? I think it is very important.
Say no wan ye ho ejuma.
So you have to work on it.
So wunya kura e be hye. Ahoden no wo kura na sunsun bi bofa ho a wo se na abowato ho. Ejuma na wo presa wo ko no wontimi nko.
Right.
Se sika na kuta o dan makura na sunsun bi fa ho wo se na ahye.
So bottom line, make sure your spiritual self is strong. Pay attention to it. Get a spiritual father, one that knows his job and his work is sort, so that you will be protected by this spiritual father. Thank you very much. I mean your final words so that we wrap up.
Yeah, me kan say me da wase ene ya hwefo ne yetiefo ina bebi a wo bia no di no krema wo ho na di no krema nipa na anytime bia no da Yankopon ase.
Good.
So wabo a wo ti ase wutimi ho me ye bibia timi soro ko ejuma da Yankopon ase betima wo kra sunsum asem ehia wo enchen ho na mo.
Always be thankful, be truthful, and pay attention to your spiritual self. Pay attention. Me, I like this part. Pay attention to your spiritual self. Give food to your spirit. Be spiritually aware. Be spiritually alert so that you won't suffer unnecessarily. You work and sweat. You have a room full of money. But if your spiritual self is weak, that money will finish. You wouldn't know what you used it for. Thank you very much, Father of Soul, for coming. I think we've been blessed. This has been a very beautiful conversation. Inshallah. I mean, take it or leave it. It's been very beautiful, full of knowledge and wisdom. If you listen and work with it, it is to your own advantage. Inshallah. If you decide to act like the people who disregard anyone they see based on how they appear, it is up to you. Inshallah. There is knowledge in every sentence. There is knowledge in every conversation. It is up to you to identify it and make use of it. The number is there beneath the video. You can pick it up. You can call him and ask him all the questions on your mind. Ask him all the questions. I'm sure he'll be able to answer you. Sure. Whatever you want him to do for you to ask and be convinced before you go ahead to take a step. Sure. My name is Arnold Elavanyo. His name is Father of Soul. Yes. That's contact him any day. Inshallah. All right. Anyway, big shouts to Eddie. Big shouts to you, Brown. We'll meet again on the next episode. We're out.